These are the 10 sufferings of husbands who are abused by narcissistic wives. Everyone, if you're watching this, chances are you or someone you know is in a relationship with a narcissistic wife. It can be difficult to recognize the signs, especially when they're experts in manipulation. Even professionals in mental health may be fooled by their charming personas. But if you're experiencing abuse from a narcissistic wife, you're not alone. It's important to understand the common behaviors of husbands in similar situations, so you can start to identify what's happening in your own relationship. Lack of empathy is a big part of a narcissist's personality, and it can lead to devastating consequences for their partners. That's why today, we're going to take a closer look at 10 behaviors that may be present in husbands who are abused by narcissistic wives. It's time to break free from the cycle of abuse and take steps towards a healthier, happier life. Number 1. Watchful. It's not uncommon for husbands in abusive relationships with narcissistic wives to be watchful and hypervigilant. Your focus on preventing the next attack can be mentally and emotionally exhausting, leaving you feeling trapped in your own home. You deserve to feel safe and secure in your own space without having to constantly watch your back. Instead, what happened is that you have to be very careful with your words to prevent any unnecessary drama from happening. Number 2. Feeling trapped in a marriage. It's common for men who experience abuse at the hands of their narcissistic wives to feel trapped and powerless to escape the situation. You may be struggling to find the right way to deal with your wife's behavior, leaving you feeling stuck in the marriage. This can make it hard to leave, even when the abuse has become unbearable. Unfortunately, narcissistic wives will often use manipulation tactics to hold on to their power and control, making it even more difficult to escape. You may feel alone, and like there's no way out. Number 3. You're keeping quiet. If you're experiencing abuse from a narcissistic wife, it can feel isolating and confusing. That's why you may have cut off communication with your friends and family members. You feel like they just can't understand what's happening in your marriage or why you're staying in it. It can be hard to open up, especially when you feel like you've been conditioned to keep things to yourself, but it's important to remember that there is a way out. Staying quiet and allowing resentment to build up will only prolong the pain. But the truth is, you don't have to face this alone. There are people who care for you and want to help. Number 4. Living by your partner's demands. Living with a narcissistic wife means living by her rules and expectations, which can be challenging and frustrating. It might feel like you're walking on eggshells, trying to avoid doing anything that could upset her. If you disobey her instructions or go against her wishes, she might react harshly by withholding affection, threatening divorce or financial ruin. It can be an incredible amount of pressure to live this way, and at times it might feel like you're losing a sense of who you are. While it's not always easy, setting boundaries and communicating your needs can help you take back control of your life. Number 5. You take the blame. Living with a narcissistic wife can lead a husband to believe that he is responsible for everything that goes wrong. You may be under the impression that you're causing her to treat you poorly, making it easy to blame yourself. It's important to know that this is never the case, and that you're not responsible for her actions or behavior. Narcissistic wives tend to shift their blame onto others to avoid accountability and take advantage of your vulnerability. Remember that you don't deserve to be mistreated, and that it's always important to seek help and find support. Don't allow the false narrative your narcissistic wife has created to make you feel guilty or responsible. Number 6. Always look for approval. It's natural to seek validation from our partners in a healthy relationship. However, in an unhealthy dynamic, seeking approval and praise from a narcissistic spouse can become a constant need. When you feel trapped in an abusive relationship, It's easy to become dependent on your partner for reassurance that everything is okay. You might find yourself constantly seeking their approval, even if it means neglecting your own well-being. This kind of codependency can be tricky to navigate, and it's important to recognize that it's not a healthy way to deal with the situation. You might feel like you have no other choice than to turn to your spouse for validation. Number 7. Cut off from loved ones. It can be tough to stay connected with loved ones when dealing with a narcissistic wife. She may manipulate and control you into thinking that spending time with your family and friends is not in her best interest, causing you to isolate yourself from them. She may also go as far as to lie about you to them, making it difficult to get their support when needed. However, being cut off from the people closest to you can have a negative impact on your mental health and leave you feeling lonely and isolated. It's essential to foster relationships beyond your marriage, and it's okay to reach out to your support system. Engaging with your loved ones can help to ease feelings of tension with your spouse and build a stronger bond with them. Number 8. Unhappy and struggling with depression. If your wife is abusive, you may find yourself feeling miserable and struggling to cope with your situation. You might feel like you've lost interest in the things that used to make you happy or find yourself more irritable than usual. All of this is perfectly understandable given the extreme stress and trauma that comes with experiencing abuse. The constant denial and feeling trapped can take a significant toll on your mental health, leading to feelings of sadness and depression. Number 9. Trying to make your wife happy and save your marriage. If you're married to a narcissistic woman, you might feel like you're constantly walking on eggshells, trying to keep her happy. She might demand all of your attention and make it clear that nothing else matters except for her needs. It's a daunting and overwhelming task, and it can feel like nothing you do is ever enough. When you want to save your marriage, you might feel like you have to do even more to make her happy, even if it means neglecting your own needs or the needs of your children. You might go out of your way to buy her gifts or do everything she asks of you in hopes of pleasing her. However, you can't sacrifice your own well-being for the sake of someone else's happiness. This isn't right. It's vital to maintain your own identity. Number 10. You're suffering in silence, prone to addiction, anxiety, despair, and even suicidal thoughts. Living with a narcissistic spouse can be an isolating and emotionally draining experience. You might feel like you can't share your struggles with anyone, as others might not understand the severity of the situation. What you're going through is abuse, and it's crucial to recognize that your feelings are valid. It's common to suffer in silence, which can lead to a range of negative outcomes, such as addiction, anxiety, despair, and even suicidal thoughts. The longer you remain in this toxic environment, the more difficult it can be to break free from the cycle of abuse. If you're experiencing abuse at the hands of a narcissist, know that you're not alone in this struggle. It's difficult to break free from the cycle of manipulation and control, but it's essential to remember that help is available if you need it. No one should have to endure abuse from another person, and you have the power to take control of your life. You might feel like your whole world revolves around the narcissist in your life, but it's crucial to remember that you have a life outside of that relationship. You have dreams, goals, and passions that are worth pursuing, and you have the right to be happy and fulfilled. Don't let the narcissist's behavior hold you back from living the life you deserve. Seeking help from loved ones, whether they be friends, family, or a therapist, is a step towards healing and growth. No one should have to go through this alone, and there's no shame in asking for support. Remember that you deserve to be treated with respect and kindness, and you have the power to create a better future for yourself. You deserve to live a happy and healthy life, and there's no better time than now to make that happen. Don't forget to take advantage of the resources available to you and take care of yourself. The path to recovery might be challenging, but the end result is worth it. A brighter, more fulfilled life awaits. Let us know what you think of the comments. Like this video if you think it's helpful, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Thank you.
So the conclusion in this video, if you or someone you know is in a relationship with a narcissist wife, it can be difficult to recognize the sign, especially when they are expert in manipulation. Narcissist wives can be charming and expert in manipulation that even professionals in mental health may be fooled. However, if you are experiencing abuse from a narcissist wife, you are not alone. It's important to understand the common behaviors of husbands in similar situations, so you can start to identify what's happening in your own relationship. Lack of empathy is a big part of narcissist personality, and it can lead to dispensing concurs for their partners. If you are experiencing abuse from a narcissist wife, you may feel trapped, powerless, and isolated. Living with a narcissist wife means living by her rules and expectations, which can be challenging and frustrating. It might feel like you're walking on eggshells, trying to avoid doing anything that could upset her. It can be an incredible amount of pressure to live this way, and at times it might feel like you're losing a sense of who you are. It's important to set boundaries and communicate your needs to help you take back control of your life. You may find yourself constantly seeking their approval, even if it means neglecting your own well-being. Being cut off from the people closest to you can have a negative impact on your mental health and leave you feeling lonely and isolated. If your wife is abusive, you may find yourself feeling miserable and struggling to cope with your situation. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to click like, share, and subscribe to the channel. See you on the next video.